What is officially up, YouTube? This is Eli, or as you may know me as Fear Eli. The reason why I say officially is because this is my very first commentary. I never had the time before to run a personal channel or do commentaries, you know, due to work and everything else and helping to run the team. I just didn't have the time to do it. But now that I have a new job and work's kind of settled down more, I really wanted to make a personal channel and start doing some commentaries to kind of reach out to, you know, to get to know you guys more. You guys get to know who I am. So, as the title says, who is Eli? On this commentary, I'm just going to kind of explain a little bit about who I am and how I got into gaming and how Fear came about. But first, before I do that, I want to thank Fear Brashy, for providing this gameplay for me. As you can see, he's playing Domination on Carrier. I think he goes like 61-17. It's really good gameplay. I mean, Brashy's amazing. So I encourage you guys to go check him out. I'm going to put his channel link in the description of this video.
Thank you.
So yeah, go check him out. Check out his content. I know you guys will love it. So anyways, let's just get into this. So me, who am I? Well, I'm 26 years old, and I work in marketing. Well, I used to work in marketing. Now I got a new job for Warner Brothers, but you know, I'll get into that in a different commentary, what exactly I do for them. But I have a bachelor's in business and marketing. So I've worked in marketing for some fairly successful, fairly big companies for a few years now. I've always been a huge fan of gaming. I've always watched montages. I've always been interested and intrigued and entertained by the skill set of a lot of these players and the editors and how they just put videos together and how enjoyable it was. And I've always wanted to be involved with something like this. And originally, when I first would watch these things, you know, kind of a marketing sense and business side of me would kind of take over when I would see this and just think to myself, there's just so much that you guys can do with, you know, with what you're doing on YouTube in some of these channels and some of these teams and the growth rate. And gaming is such a, you know, vastly growing industry that, you know, possibilities are endless with what you can really do as far as Call of Duty and gaming is concerned. So I really wanted to be involved with the team and try to see what I could possibly do with my business sense, my marketing sense, and see just where I could take it and how it would turn out and just kind of have fun with it. So that's how pretty much Fear came about. I was sitting there one day and I decided that, you know what, I want to make a sniping team. But I wanted it to cover every angle of gaming, not just YouTube, but MLG, EGL, and everything else, because that's very important. So I sat there, I did some research on some MLG teams, and I came across Fear. And the thing that really intrigued me about them was they're not just Call of Duty. They're like League of Legends. They're in a bunch of different, you know, games and professional gaming and whatnot. But the only thing that they were lacking is they didn't have a YouTube sniping team per se. You know, a team that put together content for entertainment value. And I mean, that's huge for a team. That's really huge in growth and getting your name out there. And so when I saw that, I then reached out to a couple of guys of mine, you know, friends of mine that I knew that did YouTube a little bit, which is Zeus, who's Fear Zeus right now, and Reddick, who was with the team but is no longer with the team because of work issues. I reached out to them and told them my idea, and they were all for it. So then we had to start getting everything into place. So we reached out to Moho, and we talked to him a few times. At first he was kind of hesitant with it, but eventually we kind of won him over, and he gave us the green light. He gave us the go. He's like, you guys can be officially part of Fear. I'm putting my faith and confidence in you, and he's been great ever since then. Very supportive, and we couldn't ask for anything better than that. So now that we had everything in place as far as the rights to use the name, be a part of the team, we had to figure out how we were going to set ourselves apart in such a highly saturated market. I mean, there's teams being made every single day, doing things, all, you know, putting out content constantly. So what can we do to get our name out there? How can we lead this? What can we do? So that's when we came up with the idea of reaching out to Pamaj. Through a friend of ours, we got in contact with Pamaj, you know, on Skype, and we talked to him for about an hour, kind of explaining to him the vision of what we were trying to create, what we wanted to do. And he loved it. He was all for it. I mean, Pamaj is an awesome guy. And he was all about it. And ever since then, he's been putting forth a lot of input in what we do with the team and really been there helping us. You know, he runs a very, very successful YouTube channel, so his input really meant a lot to us as far as this team of what we're going to do. And he actually reached out to Memento and got him on board with a lot of the VR guys like Solus and Brashy and Nayar and all those guys. And when that happened, you know, we couldn't have been happier because having a Memento on board was incredible. I mean, Memento's been around for a long time, and the guy is just so talented in what he does. And having him, Zeus, and Pamaj as leaders putting this thing together, it just turned out to be very incredible with all of our knowledge in different areas of YouTube and business and gaming. It's just been tremendous, and we really come together to create something that we really envisioned. And at the beginning, we wanted an extremely exclusive roster. And the reason for this being is we want the players to benefit from being on the team. You know, we want them to develop a name for themselves, personal channels to grow, people to recognize them, not just the name Fear, but the players in it. I mean, these guys put in work every single day. I mean, if you're a player and you're watching this, if you're an editor and you're watching this, you know how much work that you put into gaming and sitting in front of the screen, missing out on things to create great content. And you should be recognized for those things. You know, and being in a team with 40, 50 guys, people more or less just care about the name of the team rather than who's actually editing, who's actually playing. So we all decided we want to make an extremely exclusive roster, and I think we found the guys that, you know, that could really help us keep that exclusiveness and keep the reputation that we have, and that's been so important to us. And you know, later on in a different commentary, I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna address how we recruited players and what we look for in players and what our recruiting process kind of is like. And I'm also gonna address the whole RC issue, you know, recruitment challenges, how we feel about them, just so you guys know. I mean, I get messages every day, and it's always about, can I join Fear, when's an RC? And I understand, like, you know, you want to, and I'm so flattered that you want to join the team, and I love it. I love getting messages like that, and I try to reply to every single one of you when I can, work permitting, obviously. So I'm going to address that in another commentary, exactly what we look for and what we do when we recruit, and the whole recruitment challenge thing. And, you know, also to look forward to on my channel, I'm going to start doing some giveaways. I'm going to start giving away some Fear scuffs. You know, I'm going to put together a Fear package. I won't tell you exactly what it is, but I'm going to start hosting some challenges. I'm going to do some challenges. I'm going to reward you guys for the hard work that you guys do in doing these challenges and giveaways. And I'm going to do some other cool things, you know, to help get you guys more involved and, you know, get me also more involved, so get to know you guys, and you guys could get to know me more. And I'm really excited about this. I mean, now that work's kind of cleared up a little bit, my schedule's a lot less hectic. I have the time to actually, you know, do commentaries and get involved in this, and that's another thing that I've always wanted to do. So I'm really excited about that, and I couldn't be happier with the way things are going. The fan support, the subscriber support, I mean, it's just been tremendous. You guys have been so great to us, you know, in our team, as far as views and likes and just the support that we've gotten, even in the, you know, from other teams and other players that have been around for a while, and just the respect level. It's just, everything's just really fallen into place of what we wanted to do. And so I think the gameplay should be wrapping up here in the next, you know, 30 seconds or so. Kind of ran out of topics to talk about the first commentary, but I guess that's what happens in your first commentary. So I guess I'll leave you guys with that, and you can finish watching the gameplay. I think that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. I'll talk to you later. All right, adios.
Should we call it that today?